a disciplined life. It's one of the most prevalent myths around culture is self-discipline. There is a pervasive idea that the successful person is a disciplined person who lives a disciplined life. It's a lie. The truth is, we don't need any more discipline than we already have. We just need to direct and manage a little better. Contrary to what most people believe, success is not a marathon of disciplined action. Achievement doesn't require to be a full-time disciplined person where your every action is trained and where control is a solution to every situation. Success is actually a short race. A sprint fueled by discipline, just long enough for a habit to kick in and take over. When you know something that needs to be done, but it's currently getting done, we often say, I just need more discipline. Actually, we need the habit of doing it. Oh, habit of doing it. Okay, that's true. Habit of doing it. Okay. And we need just enough discipline to build the habit. In any discussion about success, the word discipline and habit ultimately intersect. Though separate in meaning, they powerfully connected form a foundation for achievement. Regularly working at something until it regularly works for you. When you discipline yourself, you're essentially training yourself to act in a specific way. Stay with this long enough and it becomes a routine, in other words, a habit. Yay. Okay. So, when you see people look like disciplined people, what you're really seeing is some people who train a handful of habits into their lives. This make them seem disciplined when actually they're not. No one is. And who would want to be anyway? The very thought of having your every behavior modeled and the maintenance training seems frightening, impossible on the hand, and utterly bothering on the other. Most people ultimately reach this in conclusion, but seeing no alternative, redouble their efforts in impulsive or quiet. Frustration shows of and resignation eventually sets in. You don't need to be a disciplined person to be successful. You don't need to be a disciplined person to be successful. I have an idea. So I just need to summarize it. Okay, frustration shows up and resignation eventually sets in. You don't need to be a disciplined person to be successful. In fact, you can become successful with less discipline than you think. For one simple reason, success is about doing the right thing, not about doing everything right. Oh, everything right. Success is about doing the right thing. Success is about doing the right thing. In fact, you can become successful with less discipline than you think. The trick to success is to choose the right habit. Oh, okay. The trick to success is to choose the right habit and to bring just enough discipline to establish it. Yes, the trick to success is to choose the right habit and to bring just enough discipline to establish it. That's it. That's all the discipline you need. As this habit becomes part of your life and you start looking like a disciplined person, but you won't be one. Yeah, that's true. What you will be is someone who has something regularly working for you because you regularly worked on it. You'll be a person who used the selected discipline to build a powerful habit. Powerful habit. Okay. The payoff from selected discipline words swimmingly. Okay. The payoff from developing the right habit is pretty obvious. It gets you the success you're searching for, but sometimes it gets overlooked. However, it's amazing when fall. It also simplifies your life. Simplifies your life. Yeah, simplifies your life. Your life gets clearer and less complicated because you know what you have to do well and you know what you want, what you don't. The fact of the matter is that any discipline in the night habit gives you a license to be less disciplined in other areas. When you do the right thing, it can liberate you from the having to monitor everything. Oh my god, I'm sorry. I should have checked it. I'm sorry about that. The payoff from developing the right habit isn't pretty obvious. It's the success you're searching for, but sometimes gets overlooked. However, it's amazing when for it is also simplifies your life. Simplifies, yeah, your life gets clearer and less complicated because you know what you have to do well and you know what you don't. The fact of the matter is that aiming discipline at the right habit gives you a lesson to be less disciplined in other areas. When you do the right thing, it can liberate you from having to monitor everything. 맞아. Oh my god. You know, I bought this book, like, I don't know how long. Also, during the COVID-19 pandemic, I just, bought this book. Actually, this is English version of books, right? When I read it, I felt like, okay, that's also. But today I just, read again this book, like, I feel so different. So, too much insight, and there's too much lessons as well. Okay, 66 days to sweet spot. Okay, 66 days. 66 days. Okay. Discipline and habit. Honestly, most people never really want to talk about these. No, I will talk about a lot. I always just say, try to discipline myself. Today, when I'm reading a book, I try to discipline myself to limit reading books because I have a lot of things to do. That's what I really love. And then also I really love both words. Discipline, habit, routine. I love this one. Yay! Discipline and habit. Honestly, most people never really want to talk about this. And who can blame them? I don't either. The images these words conjure in has evidently something hard and unpleasant. No, it's a pleasant. It's a pleasant.
Now connected to Chromebook _off 1.
Okay. Just reading the words is exhausting. But there's good news. The right discipline goes a long way, and habits are hard only in the beginning. Over time, the habit you are after becomes an easier and easier to sustain. It's true. Habits require much less energy and effort to maintain to begin. Okay, waiting. Focus. Focus. It's true. Habits require less. Okay, the right discipline goes a long way, and the habits are hard only in the beginning. Oh, yeah, that's true. Over time, the habit your after becomes easier and easier to sustain. That's true. But there is good news. It's true. Habits require much less energy and effort to maintain to begin. So, habit. Just to try to have a more good habit or productive habit every single day. Put away the discipline long enough to turn it into a habit. And the journey feels different. Like in one habit, so it becomes part of your life, and you can effectively write a routine to lose wear and tear on yourself. The hard stuff becomes a habit, and the habit makes the hard stuff easy. Yeah. So how long do you have to maintain discipline? Researchers at the University College of London have the answer. In 2009, they asked the question, how long does it take to establish a new habit? Okay. They say the results suggest it takes an average of 66 days and require a new habit. Those with the right habit seem to be better than others. They are doing the most important thing regularly, and as a result, everything else is easier. Big ideas. Don't be disciplined person. Be a person of proper habit and use selective discipline to develop them. That's true. Beautiful. Okay, be a person of proper habits and use selective discipline to develop them. Build one habit at a time. Success is subsequential, not simultaneous. Success. Okay, substantial, not simultaneous. No one actually has discipline to acquire more than develop a new habit at a time. Super successful people aren't superhuman at all. They've just used selective discipline to develop a few significant habits, one at a time, over time. Give each habit enough time. Stick with discipline long enough for it to become routine. Stick with the discipline long enough for it to become routine. Yes, habits on average take 60 days to form. Once a habit is solidly established, you can either build on that habit or, if appropriate, build another one. Yeah, that's true. If you are what you repeatedly do, then achievement isn't an action you take, but a habit you forge into your life. You don't have to seek out success. Harness the power of selected discipline to build the right habit, and extraordinary results will find you. Beautiful, this book. Wow, how come I feel so different from 2-3 years ago, which means I've been improving a lot. Willpower is always welcome. Why would you ever do something the hard way? Why would you ever not knowingly get behind the 8 ball, deliberately crawl between the rock and a hard place, or intentionally work with one hand tied behind your back? You wouldn't. but most people unwittingly do every day. Many tie our success to our willpower without understanding what it really means. We set ourselves up for failure, and we don't have to. Odysseus understood how weak willpower actually is when he asked his crew behind it to the map. Okay. Often quoted then a statement about sheer determination, the old English proverb, where there is a will, there is way, has probably misled as many as it helped. It just rolls as a tongue and passes so quickly through our head that few stop to hear its full meaning, widely regarded as the singular source of personal strength. It gets misinterpreted as a cleverly phrased one-dimensional prescription for success. But for will to have a smooth proper way, there is more to it than that. Conscious willpower is just an call for the character, and you miss is an equally essential element. Timing is a critical piece. For most of our life, I never gave willpower much thought. Once I did, it captivated me. The ability to control oneself to determine one's action is a pretty powerful idea. Basing it on training and it's called discipline. But do it because you simply can. That's raw power. The power of will. Ready? Focus. Okay. For most of my life, I never gave up on much thought. Once I did, it captivated me. The ability to control oneself to determine one's action is a pretty powerful idea. Based on training, and it's called discipline, but do it because it simply can. That's a raw power. The power of will. It seems so straightforward. Invoke my will, and the success was mine. I was on my way. Sadly, I didn't need to pack much. But it wasn't a short trip. As I set out to improve my will against the defensive skulls, I quickly discovered there's something discouraging. I didn't always have willpower. One moment I had it, the next proof I didn't. One day it was all, the next bang. It was my beck and call. My willpower seemed to be come and go, as if it had a life of its own. Building success around full strength. On demand, willpower proved unsuccessful. Willpower. Okay, my initial thought was, what's wrong with me? Was I a loser? Apparently so. It seemed I had no grit, no strength of character, no inner fortitude. Consequently, I gutted it up, bore down with determination, doubled my effort, and reached a humbling conclusion. Willpower is an I will call. As powerful as my motivation was, my willpower wasn't just sitting around waiting for my call. Ready at any moment to enforce my will on anything I wanted. I was taken aback. I had always assumed that we would always be there, that I could simply access it whenever I wanted. To get whatever I wanted, I was wrong. Willpower is always in vocal as a lie. Most people assume willpower matters, but many might not fully appreciate how critical it is to our success. One highly unusual research project revealed just how important it really is. Toller torture. Okay, toller torture. Let alone with in the marshmallow didn't cook it. Okay. It's all example. So willpower is so important that using it effectively should be a high priority. Willpower, okay. Unfortunately, since it's not a willpower, putting it to its best usually requires you to manage it. Just as with an early bird gets the worm, willpower isn't a timing issue. Okay. Although character is an essential element of willpower, the key to harnessing it is when you use it. Renewable energy. Okay, think of willpower like the power bar on your cell phone. Every morning you start out waiting for charge. As the day goes, every time you draw on it, you're using it up. So as you green bar shrinks, so does your revolve, and when it eventually goes red and you're done. Willpower has a limited battery life, okay, but can be recharged with some downtime. It's a limited but renewable resource because if you have the limited supply, its active will creates in a win-lose scenario. While winning in an immediate situation, the willpower makes you more likely to lose later because you have less of it. Make it through a tough day in a trend. The lure of a late night snacking can become your addiction downfall. Every exception and limited resources must be managed, yet we fail to recognize that willpower is one of them. We act as though our supply of willpower were endless. As a result, we don't consider the personal resource to be managed, like a food or sleep. This repeatedly puts us in a tight spot, for when we need our willpower the most, it may not be there. Stanford University professor shows just an fleeting willpower it can be. Okay. Here's the kicker. Students asked to memorize a 7-digit number when you reach whether it's likely to choose cake. This attained actual cognitive blow wasn't just enough to prevent a prudent choice. The implications are staggering. The more we use our mind, the less minding power we have. Okay, use our mind. Oh, okay, so it's just in a kind of, we try to make unconscious automatic action or reaction for that. So we should not use our attention, which means like that. Okay, so willpower is like in a fast twitching muscle that gets tired and needs rest. It's incredibly powerful, but it has no endurance. Okay, when you resist something tempering, you use your stomach. The more you resist, then the imperative to tank gas until you run out of gas. In fact, imagine 5x digested all it takes to drain your willpower dry. While decisions tap our willpower to food, eat, and also keep hiding the level of willpower. So it's a really long kind of explanation, but we should just think about that. And don't try to use our willpower. Just make a habit. I will just do little by little, gradually. So which means like that. So he just explained a lot of things in a study and examples like that. But simple point is that. Okay, here's an interesting fact. The last and first theory is first very much at work inside our head. The most recent parts of our brain develop at first to suffer if there is a shortage of resources. Although more developed area of brain, such as those of the regular breathing and our nervous responses, get first helping from the bloodstream and very virtually unaffected if they decide to skip a meal. Okay, advanced research shows us why this matters. Okay, this is just kind of placebo experiment. The studies concluded that willpower is a mental muscle. Oh, willpower is mental muscle. Doesn't bounce back quickly. Okay, if you employ it for one task, there will be less power available for next unless you refuel. So what you can do? So don't use the willpower just in habit, automatic habit, right? To do our best, we literally have to feed our minds, which gives a new credence in ourselves with our thought. Food for thought. Foods can elevate blood sugar evenly over long periods, like complex carbohydrates and proteins become the fuel of choice and high achievers. Literature proof that you're what you eat. I should eat something actually. I don't eat at all. I just drank 3 lattes. So complex carbohydrates and protein, right? Okay, the results are most likely tied to the mental tool for repetitive decisions making. These big decisions support federal listening and the public at large, high stakes and an assembly line rhythms. Okay, what is about the if your willpower is dragging, will you grab in a bag of carrots and a bag of chips? Okay, give the willpower the time of day. We lose our willpower not because we think about it, but because we don't. Without appreciating that it can come and go, we let it exactly that. Without intentionally protecting it every day, we allow ourselves to go from will and away, no will and no way. If society is what we are after, this won't work. Think about it. There are degrees of willpower strength. Okay, like a battery indicator, going from green to good red. There's a willpower and there's want to power. Most people bring want to power the most important challenges without ever realizing that's what makes them so hard. Okay, so how do you put your willpower to work? You think about it, pay attention to it, respect it. You make it what matters most priority. When your willpower is highest, in other words, you give it a time of the day and deserve. What taxes your willpower? Implementing new behaviors. Taking tasks. Filtering distractions, trying to impress others. Resisting temptation, suppressing emotion, restraining aggression, repressing impulses. Coping with fear, doing something you don't enjoy. Selecting long-term and short-term rewards every day without realizing it. We engage in all manner of activities that diminish our willpower. Willpower is depleted when we make decisions to focus on our attention, suppress our feelings and impulses, or modify our behaviors in pursuit of goals. It's like taking an ice pick and causing hot in a gas line. Okay, when it comes to willpower, timing is everything. Oh, timing is everything. You will need your willpower at full strength to ensure that when you're doing the right thing, you don't let anything distract you and steer you away from it. Then you need enough willpower the rest of the day to either support or avoid any sabotage what you've done. That's all the willpower you need to be successful. So if you want the most out of your day, do your most important work. Your one thing early. Oh, finally, one thing. Okay, early. Okay. So if you get most of your day, do your most important work. Your one thing early. Before your willpower is just run down, since your self-control will be sapped throughout the day, use it when it's in a full strength and what matters most. Okay, the most important thing I should have finished. Prioritize. So I just try to do first thing as early as possible. The most important thing for the day. So it is one thing, right? So I finished it because I started writing ebook, then I just finished one part. That's why. Big ideas. Don't spread your willpower too thin. Okay, on any given day, you have a limited supply of willpower, so decide what matters and reserve your willpower for it. Monitor your fuel gauge. Full strength and willpower requires a full tank. Never let what matters most be a compromise and simply because your brain was underfueled. Eat right and regularly. Oh, I should eat. Time your task. No matter do what matters most first is then when your willpower is strongest. Maximum strength willpower means maximum success. Okay. I should eat, though I should just change it for that. I should eat something, so I feel kind of a little bit hungry. So I need to feel right. So I should eat something, and I just want to try to do the most important thing for the day, which is prioritize uh, the things on my to-do list as early as possible, right? Mind your motivation. New research by Dr. Michael Enschke and others suggest that your motivation, attention, and beliefs about your willpower also impact your self-control. Don't fight your willpower. Oh, okay. Don't fight your willpower. Okay, don't fight your willpower. Be do your disadvantage how it works and relate to this part of your life. Willpower may not be unreal, but when you use it first on what matters most, you can always encounter it. Okay. Ooh, balanced life, which I really love. Okay, the truth is, balance is blank. It is an unattainable pipe dream. The quest for balance between work and life, as we'll come to think of it, is just a losing proposition. It's a harmful, destructive one. Nothing ever achieves absolute balance. Moderation, right? Nothing. Okay, nothing ever achieves absolute balance. Absolute balance. No matter how imperceptible it might be, what appears to be a state of balance is something entirely different. Imperceptible, it might be. What appears to be a state of balance is something entirely different. Okay. An act of balancing, viewing, whispers now balance easily practically as a verb. Oh, sin is something we ultimately attain. Balance is actually something we constantly do. A balanced life is myth. A misleading concept must accept as a worthy and attainable goal without ever stopping to truly consider it. I want you to consider it. I want you to challenge it. Balancing. Okay, I want you to reject it. Reject it. Oh my gosh. A balanced life is lie. Oh really? Lie? Oh, okay. The idea of balance is exactly that, an idea. In philosophy, the golden mean is the modular middle between polar extremes, a concept used to describe a place between two positions that is more desired than the one state or the other. This is a grand idea, but not a very practical one. Ideally, but not realistic. Balance doesn't exist. It exists. This is tough to conceive, much less believe, mainly because one of the most frequent limits is that I need more balance. Okay, a common mantra for what's missing is most lives. We hear about balance so much and automatically assume it's exactly what we should be seeking. It's not purpose, meaning, significance. These are what make in a successful life. Seek them, as you will most certainly live your life of balance. Criss crossing the invisible middle line. As you pursue your priorities, you're active living a full life by giving time to what matters is a balancing act. Extraordinary results require focus and attention and time. Time on one thing means and time away from another. This makes balance impossible. Balance impossible? Okay. The genesis of this. Okay. Screen myth. Example, so I don't want to. At first, most people worked according to their needs and ambitions. The blacksmith didn't have to stand in a forge until 5 p.m. He could go home when the horse's feet were shoe. The 19th century's industrialization saw, for the first time, large numbers in working for someone else. The story became one of the heart-driving bosses. Okay. So, what's the point? Is it probably not a coincidence that the ramp of technology heralds the rise in a belief that something is missing in our lives? Infiltrated space and fear boundaries will do that. Really, in real life challenges, the work-life balance has a clearly captured our minds and imagination. Okay, middle mismanagement. The desire for balance makes sense. Okay, enough time for everything and everything done in time. It sounds so appealing that it's just thinking about it makes us feel serene and peaceful. That's true. This calm is real, that we just know. It's the way life is meant to be, but it's not. If you think of balance as middle, then out of balance is when you're away from it. Get too far away from the middle line and you're living at extremes. The problem with living in the middle is it prevents you from making extraordinary time commitments to anything. That's true. Okay, little bit. I know what he means. Okay, in your effort to attend all the things and everything gets shortchanged and nothing gets due. Sometimes this can be okay and sometimes not. Knowing when you pursue the middle and when to pursue the extremes is in essence the true beginning of wisdom. Okay, knowing when to pursue the middle and when to pursue the extremes is the essence the true beginning of wisdom. Okay, extraordinary results are achieved by negotiation with your time. Okay, moderation a little bit. I don't clearly understand. So the reason we shouldn't pursue balance is that magic never happens in the middle. Magic happens at extremes. That's true. That's true. Magic happens at the extremes. The dilemma is that chasing the extremes presents real challenges. We naturally understand that success lies in our outer edges, but we don't know how to manage our lives while we're out there. When you work too long, eventually our personal life suffers, falling prey to the belief that long hours are virtuous. We unfairly work, and when we say, I have no life, often it's just the opposite. Even if our work life doesn't interfere, our personal life itself can be full of a habit of tools. Then we again reach the same defeated conclusion, I have no time. And sometimes we get hit from both sides. Some of us face on so many personal and professional demands that everything suffers. Breakdown imminent. We once again declare, I have no life. Just Like playing to the middle, playing to the extremes, is a kind of a mismanagement that plays out of all time. So what do you want to talk about? Time waits for no one. My wife once told me the story of friends of her. Okay, so that's okay. Time waits for no one. Push something to extreme, and postponement can become permanent. I once knew a highly successful businessman who had worked on long days and weekends and for most of his life, and sincerely he believed that he was doing it for all for his family. Okay. Do you really think you can ever get back a childhood bedtime story on a birthday? It's completely poor. It's party for the 5 years old and immediately pause and it's the same as dinner with a teenager and high school friends. Okay. When you gamble with your time, you may be placing a bet you can't cover. Even if you are sure you can win, be careful that you can live with what you lose. Okay, toying with time will lead to down a rabbit hole with no way out. Believing this lie does it harm by convincing you to do things that you shouldn't and stop doing things you should. Middle mismanagement can be one of the most destructive things you ever do. You can't ignore the inevitability of time. So if achieving balance is like, then what do? Counterbalance. Really? Counterbalance? Okay. Reverse the word balance with a counterbalance, and what you experience makes sense. The things that you presume to have a balance are really just a counterbalancing. The Bali Lelar is a classic example. When the ballerina person into Venus, she has been weightless, floating on air, the very idea of balance and grace. The closer look would reveal her toe shoes vibrating repeatedly, making many adjustments for balance. Counterbalancing done what gives an illusion of balance. Counterbalancing is the long and the short of it. When we say we are out of balance, we usually refer to the sense that some priorities, things that matters to us, are being undeserved or unmet. The problem is that when you focus on what is truly important, something will always be undeserved. No matter how hard you try, there will always be things left undone at the end of the day, week, month, year, and life. Trying to get them all done is folly. When the things that matters must get done, you'll still be left with a sense of things being undone, a sense of imbalance. Leaving some things undone is necessary trade-off for extraordinary results, but you can't leave everything undone, and that's where counterbalance comes in. The idea of counterbalancing is that you never go so far that you can find your way back, or stay so long that there is nothing waiting for you when you return. This is so important that your very life may hang in the balance. An 11-year study nearly, okay? There are two types of counterbalance and a balance between a work and personal life and a balance within each. The world of a professional success is not about how much overtime you put in. The key ingredient is focusing on time over time. To achieve an extraordinary result, you must choose what matters most and give it all the time it demands. This requires getting extremely out of balance in relation to all other work issues, with only infrequent counterbalance to address them. In your personal world, awareness is the essential ingredient. Awareness. Okay. To achieve an extraordinary result, you must choose what matters most and give it all the time it demands. These requests are getting extremely out of balance in relation to all other work issues, with only infrequent canvas to address them. In your personal world, awareness is the essential ingredient. Awareness is your spirit and body. Awareness of the family and friends. Awareness of your personal needs. None of these can be sacrificed if you intend to have a life. So you can never forsake them for work or one for the other. You can move back and forth quickly between these and often even combine the activities around them, but you can't neglect any of them for long. Your personal life requires a right counterbalancing. Whether or not to go out of the balance isn't really a question. The question is, do you go short and long in your personal life? Go short in a very long periods where you're out of balance. Going short lets you stay connected in all the things that matter most and moving along together. In your personal life and go long and make a peace with the idea and a pursuit of extraordinary results may require you to be out of balance for long periods. Go along allows you to focus on what matters most, even at the expense of others. This is priorities. In your personal life, nothing gets left behind, and the worst is required. Imagine life is in a game in which you're juggling 5 balls. The balls are called work, family, health, friends, and integrity. And you're keeping all of them in the air. But one day, you finally come to understand that work is robbable. If you drop it, it will bounce back. The other 4 balls, family, health, friends, integrity, are made of glass. Oh, wow. If you drop one of these, it can be irrevocably scooped, nicked, perhaps even shattered. Wow. Work is just movable, and in others is glassable. Yeah, it's always knew it. Health, integrity. Okay. I want to read more this book, but I feel a little bit tired, and then I just out of focus. My attention span is over. I should take a rest, and then also should do some